is it beeping? I'm trying to record an important message, but I can't do that if you're beeping. Wait, what's this message? No battery? Well, that explains it. In that case, I better be quick. I don't know how long it will last. Just need to turn it. Can't believe it was recording before I was sorting out the beeping. Anyway, whoever's listening to this, then congratulations. Though I'm not exactly sure why I was saying. Anyway, not only are you a time traveler, but you also found the web. Now, before you berate me for coming up with a name as stupid as that, I was not the one who came up with it. In fact, I was in a very similar situation as you are in now. What situation, you might ask? Oh, nothing much. Aside from dying on one of your time-traveling adventures. You see, what I like to call this place from time to time is a purgatory for time travelers. If you die in one of your adventures, you end up here. Do not worry though, you can leave at any time you like and continue traveling. As far as I can understand from my own observations and listening to other travelers' recordings. Yeah, you could not believe how many time travelers have been here. So far I've been able to count at least 2 other individuals. Now I bet you want to know how I ended up here, do you? Well, if you do not, well, too bad, because this is a pre-recorded message and you cannot change it. Self-5. Anyway, time for me to tell you a story. A story of deception and murder. It all started with a mansion and a masquerade. Well, isn't this homely and quiet? Homely and quiet. Just how I like my mansions. Of course, if I had one. Who knows, maybe I did and I just don't remember it much like everything else. Hello? Anybody home?
Greetings. My name is Sir Anthony Timbering. Or just Sir Timbering for short. But before I invite you into my humble mansion, one of the 3, I must ask, are you poor?
I'm sorry, what?
You see, the invitation to my masquerade today strictly said no poor people. The only reason I ask is because due to the way I distributed the invitations, it made it very easy for a poor person to snatch one and find the mansion. As well, you do look like you're not from around here, so, are you poor?
No. I'm actually a wealthy man from a faraway land. My name is Tyler. I heard about this masquerade and thought it would be the perfect opportunity to introduce myself to the locals.
Amazing! Some exotic wealth. You are more than welcome to enter. Butler! Fetch us some refreshments! Immediately!
Of course, sir. I will be there right away. Sorry for the lateness, sir.
No worries. I'll only take away your dinner for tonight. This is my butler. I let him live here, in this mansion, in return for 24-hour service. And sometimes I let him sleep for more than 4 hours at a time.
Don't you think that's a little extreme?
Yes, but you must understand that commoners like my butler here are not people. They're poor. Surely, you must understand.
Yeah, I agree with your statement completely.
My butler certainly agrees with it. Right, butler?
Absolutely, sir.
Butler, open the door so that I may greet whoever it is at the door. Then get out of my sight, before your poverty infects my guests.
Yes, sir.
Greetings! My name is Sir Anthony Timbering. Or Sir Timbering for short. I own this mansion, and you are...
Sir Reginald Sperser, founder of Sperser Logging Corporation, at your service, Sir Timbering.
Yes. I remember you. Your corporation supplies much of the wood supplies for this side of the country. Welcome. As I mentioned before, my last name is Sir Timbering, and this is Tyler. I'm sorry, but I never seem to get your last name.
Just call me Tyler. It's the name I prefer to be called. In all reality, Tyler was not my preferred full name, but rather my only name. You may have noticed it yourself, but it seems as though time travel has some effects on the mind. Mainly in the form of amnesia. Every time I travelled, I seemed to forget a little more about myself and my past before travelling. It got so bad that at the time my first name was all that I could remember. Of course, I remember a bit more now, but I don't know why. I suspect it has something to do with the web. Anyway, let's continue. After Reginald came, a few more people quickly arrived. Sir Gerald Gameshare, CEO and founder of the Gameshare Banking. Mr. Thomason Loco, former head of the Locomotive Corporation. And Jimothy Taylor, a man so poor that all he was wearing were ragged clothes that barely fit him, who was overgrown with body hair. Of course, Timbering wanted to get rid of him. But the other guests somewhat enjoyed the man making a fool of themselves and wanted him to stay, much to Timbering's dismay. But the masquerade continued, at least until the evening. That was when the lights started to flicker. Why are the lights flickering?
I say, what is happening?
Everyone remain calm. Just don't move, and hopefully this will stop soon enough.
Is everybody still here? I think I'm still here. Jimothy? Jimothy, where are you? Has anyone seen Jimothy?
Why are you making a fuss over a simple commoner? Commoners are nothing to fuss over.
It's because whoever dragged him off could do it again with one of us.
It could have been your butler, Sir Timbering. After all, you wanted him gone, plus you don't seem too bothered that one of your guests is missing.
How dare you accuse me and my butler of such dirty tactics? If I wanted someone gone, I'd look them in the eye and do it myself, and not let my commonest servant do it for.
Oh God, look up there on the chandelier.
Someone's hung from the chandelier!
Who could have done this?
Perhaps it was a lowly commoner thief who has broken in and thought that Jimothy was doing the same and killed him so that he can take my riches all for himself. Butler! Go in the mansion, top to bottom, and find this commoner, thief, before he steals my riches!
I don't think it was a thief breaking in. I think it was one of us.
So you're saying one of us is a murderer and could strike again?
I think so.
And what is your proof for such a claim?
Because Jimothy was grabbed moments before the lights came back on. If it was a thief from outside, he would never have had time to grab Jimothy, kill him, then hang him from the chandelier. But if it were one of us, we would both be closer to him as well as know exactly where the chandelier is.
So, how are we going to find this murderer?
I say we split up. Gerald would go with Tyler, Reginald will go with Thomason, and I will be with my butler. This way, if one of us dies, we will immediately know who the murderer is.
As much as I would detest such a sacrificial solution, I can't think of any other ideas now that can quickly catch the killer.
Then it is settled. We will all meet up in 30 minutes' time. Guess I'm stuck with you, stranger.
Yeah, I guess so. The storage room, perfect. This can be an excellent spot to hide if we need to.
Listen, I just want to say sorry for earlier about me not believing your claim.
It's okay, no need to apologize. We all make mistakes. What matters is what we learn from them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know, I feel as though you have done a lot of mistakes in the past.
Am I really that easy to read?
Yes, you are.
Well, you would be correct. I have made mistakes in the past, in more ways than one. The thing is, I don't know how many of them I've made.
Care to explain why?
I will, but you cannot tell anyone else about this.
Alright, okay, I won't.
Alright. First, I'm not actually a wealthy man from a faraway land, but rather just a simple traveller. A traveller of time, if you will. But it came at a price. I now suffer with extreme memory loss. All I can remember from before I travelled is my first name. Anything else, I cannot remember.
I'm sorry that you are infected with this ailment.
It is okay. I do not need sympathies from a man of the moment, because that's how long they will last. A moment. One tiny, minuscule moment in the grander scheme of the universe. So minuscule that it barely even matters in the grand arching story of this world. This little blue world that we two inhabit. Whilst you will walk for a moment, I will walk in eternity. To be honest, I have no idea why I decided to go down this path. If it meant being stricken with the greatest curse of all. Forced to watch the world age in eons whilst you age in seconds. To realise how insignificant everything around you was and how insignificant you are. To realise we are nothing.
You are speaking words I cannot understand.
And you will not understand due to the time that you are in. No one will ever be able to understand unless they go through what I have. No one will feel my pain unless they experience it themselves. Sorry about that. I almost forgot I was not alone in here.
It's okay. Oh no! The lights are flickering again!
Of course! I've been a fool. The killer obviously wouldn't go after the person they are partnered with. They would go after one of the other pairs and make it seem it was one of them. How could I have been so stupid? We need to hide now!
How about this cupboard?
Of course, you are a genius! Gerald, quick, in there! Let's hope this killer is not that bright.
Of course, he would not be bright. It would completely negate the purpose of the light switching off.
I meant in terms of his intelligence, not his physical body.
Right, sorry.
Quiet. I think someone is here. Hang on. I think I see something behind the cupboard walls.
Oh, it's only you, Thomason.
Gerald? I was looking away to see if there was a secret passageway or something. I know that sounds stupid, but I was out of options. Gerald? Gerald? Gerald, where are you? He's gone. That can only mean... Oh no. Everyone, Gerald has been taken by the murderer. I repeat, Gerald has been taken by the murderer.
Gerald was taken by the murderer, right next to you, and you did not see the killer's face.
I've been facing the other way to try to find some sort of secret passageway.
A secret passageway? What poppycock?
Actually, I installed numerous secret passageways just in case a poor person was to break in. Unfortunately, I did not install one in the storage room.
You could have told us this sooner.
Then the murderer would have known and used them to his advantage. Anyway, I say we stick to the plan and split into two groups. Me and Tyler and Reginald Thompson.
Wait, before Gerald was dragged away, I heard him say, only you, Thomason. Meaning that he saw the killer and thought it was Thomason.
Or it was Thomason, because I think just as the lights went out, I heard nothing from...
I was trying to be quiet as you to stop you from killing me. After all, you were son has.
Enough of your incessant bickering. We haven't seen Gerald's body, which could mean the murderer hasn't killed him yet. Meaning that we can still save him if we just find out which one of us is the killer and stop him before he does so.
Tyler's right. We haven't seen Gerald since he was taken. Meaning that the killer might still have him alive.
I don't know about this. I think we tried this before, but it didn't work. What makes you think it will work this time?
I don't see you coming up with any ideas. This is the best one we have.
Then it is settled. I will go with Sir Timbering, whilst Reginald will go with Thomason. And unlike last time, we will all hide when the lights start flickering. It's time we turn the hunter into the hunted.
In here. There we go, that should stop the murderer from entering.
What about the secret passageways you talked about? What if the killer uses them?
No need to be scared, my friend. Whilst most of the secret passageways are linked, the one in here is not. In the meantime, you can look around my private chambers.
The findings of the rich and poor. Go figure you would have this sort of book. Creatures of Necromancy? Never heard of this one.
Ah, yes, that is one of my favorite books.
Never thought you would be someone into this sort of stuff. What's it even about?
Oh, this book supposedly details all creatures brought about by necromancy. And how to summon them, rumours of course. None of this has ever been definitively proven. Most people passing this off as a joke book. A deranged man came up with it. I read it out of curiosity, and I found it to be very unlike what people say it is. In fact, it was remarkably believable. Of course, all of the information contained within could still be fabricated, as I haven't done any of the rituals contained, and in fear of being ridiculed by the community.
What's this thing?
Oh, that is one of my favorite creatures in this book. And I don't know why, unfortunately. The copy I got was second-hand, and the name of the creature has been scribbled out. Instead, I simply call it the Three-Headed Amalgamation.
The Three-Headed Amalgamation?
A skeleton monster with 3 heads with dark magic that brights all it touches. Said to be connected with hell itself.
That's ever so slightly disturbing.
Thus is the nature of meddling in the dark arts of necromancy.
Look, Thompson, I'm sorry about assuming you're the killer. What I'm about to say is the reason I went along with this plan, even though it failed before. I'm starting to suspect that this masquerade is all a ruse.
What do you mean?
Think about it. Timbury wasn't disturbed at all when Jimothy died, and seemed indifferent when Gerald was taken. He tried to make the claim that the killings were done by a thieving intruder, only for Tyler to conclude it had to be one of us. He still wants to go through with these plans, even though it is broadline sacrificial. He also would have knowledge of this mansion, and could easily do the deed and slip away unnoticed. Also, don't you think it's coincidental that all of this is happening on these grounds on this exact day when we arrive?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that this is all a ruse for Sir Timbering to kill us and take our wealth for himself.
I've also heard rumours that Timbering was meddling in necromancy. Perhaps he's turned this into his next test subject.
I have also heard those rumours. In fact, I only came here to see if those rumours are true, and by judging these events, I am willing to believe so.
If you're correct, then that means...
Timbering is the murderer, and Tyler could be in danger. The lights are flickering again. We don't have much time. Why are you just standing there? We must save Tyler. You're starting to scare me, Thomason.
May blood flow for the one below.
What was that? I didn't quite hear that.
Blood must flow for the one below.
What are you doing?
Ah, what happened? What the hell? Did I do this? Why? All I remember is discussing that Tyler could be in danger, and I can't remember anything. I killed him, but why?
Because it demanded so.
What are you talking about, Butler? Wait, how did you even get in here? Did you see what happened? Why are you holding a knife? What is happening?
Nothing personal, Thomason. I will say that you played your part well. Didn't even know that you killed not just Gerald, but Reginald also. But I'm afraid I must do what is asked of me. Blood must flow after all. And no one must live to walk out of the mansion. Don't worry, I will be efficient. Not a single drop of blood will be wasted.
Please don't do this. I beg of you. Have pity.
Did you hear that?
Indeed I did.
Quick, we must head to the area the screams are coming from. There's still a chance to save whoever it is and catch the killer.
Right.
Oh my god. The murderer wasn't one of the guests. It was your butler.
Oh, unbelievable. Why would he do such a thing?
At least it's good to know he isn't doing this because you told him to.
I would never resort to such violent methods. I'm too wealthy for that.
Of course you are. What is he doing with Thomason's body?
Seems as though he's sealing up the wound. As if he doesn't want his blood to leave his body.
If he didn't want Thomason's blood to leave his body, he wouldn't have killed him in the first place.
Good thing he hasn't spotted us yet.
You're saying, sir?
You just had to say that!
Do not panic. I have a foolproof plan. Take this!
Your plan is to throw in this with a pocket watch?
No, not just any pocket watch, a gold pocket watch. Commoners like my former butler are easily distracted by gold. Look, see, he is completely mesmerized by it. Now follow me!
You may have briefly distracted, but you won't leave this mansion with your lives. The walls will run red with your blood. This is my mansion.
Quick in here, behind the painting. I never told my butler about this passageway. We will be safe in here.
I hope you're right about this, Timbering.
Ah, out of all the rooms in this mansion, this is my favorite one.
Why might that be the case? Because as far as I know, this room is very dingy and grimy compared to everywhere else in the mansion.
My friend, it is not the room itself that I like, but rather what's in it. This is where I keep the egg.
That is certainly an egg. I hate to see the chicken that laid it. It's the size of a small shack. Why is it glowing purple? Actually, why is it glowing in general? Eggs don't normally glow last time I checked.
Of course, you would have questions, and I will answer them. But in order to, I must tell you my family's greatest secret, our forbidden tale.
Okay.
You see, this mansion originally belonged to my great-grandfather, and his great-grandfather before that, and his great-grandfather before that. It has been in my family for centuries. However, due to an accident that supposedly included necromancy, the mansion has left to ruin until I came and looked around. It is then that I found the egg and a journal written by my great-grandfather. In the journal he stated that the egg has been on this earth since the fall of the dinosaurs and the rise of man. It also states that it came from the stars and will one day hatch to bring a new age to our world. The egg has been in the care of my family since its inception. After finding this information, I refurbished the mansion, and every now and then I feed the egg.
What exactly do you feed it?
Not much. I feed it poor people. For some odd reason, the egg demands to be fed poor people. Mainly their blood, for some odd reason. It really likes their blood.
You're talking as though the egg can speak, and last time I checked, eggs don't talk. Then again, eggs normally aren't purple, glowing, and are larger than a horse-drawn carriage plus the horse.
You see, the reason for that is that the egg, or what's in it, appears to have some form of psychic abilities. It can telepathically communicate with anyone and anything that persuades it to do what it wants.
If you're saying what I think you're saying, then this egg could be the one behind the murders.
You are half correct there. The egg demanded blood, and I had to deliver.
So this whole party is a ruse so that you can kill them and feed them to the egg.
Yeah, you are mistaken. I never did any of the killings. It was the egg pathically telling them to kill. I and my loyal butler simply get rid of the bodies by feeding them to the egg.
But you said that the egg demanded to be fed poor people. Last time I checked, none of them were poor. Apart from Jimothy, of course.
That is where you are mistaken. Whilst they aren't poor, they were middle class, and they barely above commoners. They all had recently had their riches anonymously stolen.
I assume that you're doing too?
Not at all. In fact, I know who it was who did the deed, and it certainly wasn't connected to us.
Us?
He was referring to me.
My ever-loyal butler. Right on time. An excellent performance, by the way. Not only did you just earn your dinner back, but you will also have dessert. And speaking of food, would you look at that? The egg is hungry.
Oh no. Well, you didn't know I was coming, and I said I was not poor. The egg wouldn't like me.
Seriously? Tyler, I overheard your little conversation with Gerald. I know that not only are you not who you say you are, but that you are also a time traveler.
Wait, how do you know that I'm a time traveler? No one in this time frame should even be aware of the concept. How do you know about time travelers?
I and other members of my family have encountered others like you. And every single one of them wanted to destroy the egg, calling it an abomination. Something that shouldn't exist. It was then I knew that all time travelers are enemies of the family. And the egg.
I'm afraid I must go. It was nice meeting you and your egg, but I've got places to be, people to... Hey! Let go of me!
I'm afraid I can't do that. Egg's orders.
What orders?
That all time travelers are enemies and must be destroyed.
Can't we talk about this? No need to do all this effort just to kill me. I don't want to destroy the egg. In fact, I didn't even know about this thing until now. Just let me go and I won't tell anyone or do anything harmful towards your egg.
You should be honored. Very few people that I feed to the egg ever see it for themselves. You will die knowing that your body will go to a true cause. It was nice knowing you, Tyler, but I'm afraid all good things must come to an end. Goodbye.
No, please. I don't want to die. I beg you, please. I won't tell anybody. I'll just leave and won't do anything hurtful towards your egg. Please, have mercy. Please. Ah! What the? How am I alive? Where even am I? Where is this place? Why am I here? I should be dead. No, I did die. I remember that. Wait. I remember something else. From before all this. How come I only remember it now? And that was how I ended up in the web for the first time. I then found a recording left by someone else who called himself the Record Keeper, which is strangely like what I'm doing now. By the way, I'm taking all the recordings with me aside from mine. I'm leaving them here for people like you. Kind of selfish of me to hold on to all this information, but the Record Keeper suggested it, and said that their recordings will be safer on me rather than in here. I don't know why. After all, this is supposed to be a safe place, right? Anyway, I have to go now. The battery on this device is just about to die. Just look around and maybe you'll find my next recording. Before I go, I must say something that the Record Keeper said, which he told me to pass on. The web is a safe space where you can leave the dangers of your travels behind. It is completely safe here. Not sure why he said it so forcefully, but it's not like I can just question him about it. Then again, it might be in one of his recordings. I'll have to look deeper into them.